So that's a little bit of backstory about who I am, my injury, and my experience in the first couple of days of dealing with a full patellar tendon injury. So let's talk about the first week of coming home out of the hospital, having a brace or cast on your leg. So of course it's completely unnatural. You've got to keep your leg perfectly straight in this brace all day, every day, even at night, even when you take a shower, anything like that. Firstly, taking a shower. Personally, I put a bin bag over my brace, foot out the bottom, and use cling film or film wrap or whatever you call it in your country around the top of my leg to stop all my bandages getting wet, basically. So that's one little bit of advice. In terms of sleeping, yes, the first couple of nights you're going to be super uncomfortable, you're going to be rolling around everywhere, you're going to be in, I'm not going to lie, quite a lot of pain. Make sure you take your medication as advised every 4 hours. So the first night I just took some medication throughout the day, and then before I went to bed, but I was in so much pain it actually reduced me to tears in the first night, which is pretty uncommon for me because I actually quite enjoy pain, and in terms of injury I'm usually pretty good at dealing with it. So yeah, in terms of pain levels it's pretty high in the first few days, especially in the very first night. So when it comes to night number 2, I set alarms on my phone for every 4 hours all the way from night to morning, and made sure that I took medication every 4 hours just to kind of keep the pain at bay. So I'd highly recommend doing that. Then you can at least get some rest and not be in loaded discomfort. You will find getting comfortable super hard, but believe me, it gets better. The first week or so, you're kind of sussing out what you can and can't do, how mobile or immobile you are. You're going to have loads of ups and downs, and yeah, there's just a lot of figuring out to do, but believe me, it does get better. And hopefully these videos kind of just give you a bit of an insight or help you or speed up the process of kind of what I had to go through to understand what I needed to do to basically just be positive every day and kind of deal with the injuries. Yeah, the reason I wanted to do these videos was not only to kind of help myself deal with the injury mentally and physically, but also just kind of share with you, anyone else who has got the injury, of like what you can do whilst you're injured. So within the first week, you walk around on crutches and just kind of figure out how much weight you can put on it and yeah, what you can physically do. So the first week I did begin exercising. So like with any injury, it's really important to not only physically deal with the injury, but mentally deal with your injury. The best way I find doing that from previous injuries and this particular injury is staying active. Depending on what your background is, whether it's athletic or sporting, or you just, you know, everyday person, 9 to 5, and you're not very active, one thing you're going to want to do with this injury is stay active. Keep your mind focused, keep your body active, and what I'm hopefully going to show you is what exercises you can do with a full patellar tendon tear. And believe me, there's loads of them. Whether it be basic warm-ups or basic stretching to, you know, core workouts or any kind of form of exercise, there is so much you can do whilst you've got a full patellar tendon tear. So the next few videos I'm going to show you what you can do, or at least what I'm doing while I'm injured to keep me both mentally and physically moving forwards and getting ready for rehab and coming out the other side of this injury. Even if you're not like an active person in everyday life anyway, prior to your injury, one thing that I would highly recommend is at least stretching your body. If you're quite independent, or you just like doing your own thing, or you've got nobody else to rely on in and around your household, one thing you're going to struggle with is putting your socks on. And I know it might sound petty and small, but believe me, it's something you take for granted, being able to put your own socks on. And with a patellar tendon tear, you've got a straight leg, and unless you are pretty mobile and flexible, you're really going to struggle to put your own socks on. So stretching is going to allow you to be able to bend down like full stretch and actually put your socks on, and yeah, just make things a little bit easier whilst having a patellar tendon tear. One other thing I would say is as well, set yourself some goals. You need to focus on some positive stuff whilst dealing with your injury. So it could be anything really. I'm not going to advise you on what you should set your goals in. I have my own personal goals that I'm going to try and achieve and focus on, so I just recommend you do the same. Keep positive, stay focused, and have some goals. You know, obviously a big one is getting your injury dealt with and recovery as fast as possible, but outside of your injury, just have some other stuff going on in your life that keeps your head in the right kind of space and that you've got something to work towards. Anyway, less of the talking. I'm going to feed this video into my first kind of exercise video, or whatever you want to call it. This is how I've been staying active in the first 2 weeks post-surgery. And feel free, if you want to follow along to the videos, or you just want to watch, or you want to take little snippets of exercises or warm-ups out of these videos. If you want to follow along, by all means, they're all going to be shot in real time, so you can just follow along. You don't need a huge garden, you don't need any equipment. You can do it in your bedroom, your living room, or wherever for that matter. Just hopefully it helps you out like it's been helping me out in the first 2 weeks post-surgery. And on that note, just feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below, and also share your personal experience and stories of dealing with patellar tendon tears or similar injuries. I hope you enjoy the videos, and hopefully this just allows you to kind of, maybe either follow my journey or deal with your injury journey through watching these videos or whatever, and sharing some back and forth knowledge or your experience while you're watching mine. And if you do enjoy the videos, or you even find them remotely helpful, hit the subscribe button and leave me some feedback. Thanks for watching. And just remember to stay focused on what you can do, not what you can't.